Hey, welcome back guys. We're gonna do a little quick walk around tour. It's been about a week or so, got some new stuff that I've been busy doing. We're gonna put some eggshells, crushed up eggshells into the compost. Check out some chop and drop. I cleaned up the lower garden, a whole bunch of little stuff. And we're into blackberry season now. Alright, so my wife and oldest son made zucchini lasagna this afternoon. Really great way to use your zucchini. So good, it's so delicious. And it's harvest season. Stuff's coming in now. And you know it's harvest season when you have, tomatoes in every single little container that you can fit them in. Also on your windowsill. Alright, so it's blackberry season. So you can see this leaping blackberry. This is what they'll do. This is why they're invasive and spread. So as you can see, put it in a very specific location here where I mow around it on all sides. So it can only spread so far. I might trellis this up and put some wire, kind of hold it up. But right now I'm actually letting it creep and tip layer. So tip layer is when you let the tip hit the ground and you maybe dig it a little bit into the ground. It'll root in there and it'll send a runner back up for a new leaping cane. So it's blackberry season now, which is really exciting. And you can see that it's loaded up. And there's actually quite a few that were ready. And we've already been eating a ton of them. I brought about a pint of these in today. And yeah, here you go. Some more. So perfectly ready. Delicious. So always look for signs of damage. Just like the raspberries, you want to pick these a little bit early because you don't want fruit fly getting in there. And you want to stay on top of this. You don't want this stuff falling off and hitting into the soil and then fruit flies laying eggs in them. So you actually want to eat them as often as you can. Make sure you get out and pick. There's no point planting it if you don't eat it. And it is so good. I need more. And always just inspect it. And I mean, okay, like, listen, worst case, you eat a tiny little bug. There's a little bit of protein. Your gastric acid in your stomach will destroy that. You don't have to worry about it. Oh, that one was good. Woo! Holy. Wow. That was good. So we have got more coming. There's a bunch down in here. Sorry for moving this around so much. This one's still a bit red. There's more here. So what I kind of like to do is set them up and have them hang on something instead of falling over. I give it a little gentle tug to see. This one kind of doesn't want to come yet, so we'll leave it. Some goldenrod, kind of, I think that's goldenrod. Growing up through there. So what I do is I just basically snap them. And you can see here I've tip layered one. So this is blackberry actually. I've jammed it right in to tip layer it. That was probably a couple years ago actually, and then I think it jumped out from here. Yeah. So I tip layered it here. This is a good showing. Tip layered it here, put it in, and then it rooted here, and then it jumped this way, and then I cut it and replanted that. I think I gave that to maybe my father-in-law, gave it to Poppy, I think. Maybe my sister-in-law over at Gardening in the North, Sherry. So that's kind of how you can propagate, free plants. Just kind of let them leap, root, tip layer. Any kind of vining leaping plants will want to do that. So kiwis, tomatoes will do that. Blackberries, obviously. And this is super exciting that I just found. So right next to the blackberries, we've got wine caps. So these are some wine caps that I actually dug up some mycelia, just kind of like this. Dug this up from another area, and then I pulled the wood chips back and buried it. And you can see wine caps popping up everywhere. So this is really nice. It's just free food popping up and also cycling nutrients. And it's as far as over here. There's one there that's maybe a bit older, and a couple popping up right there. So this is super exciting because I put a small little handful in there, you know, probably about, you know, the size of this. Put that in, and it started to spread all the way over there, and it started to spread all the way here, and even way back into here. So this is doing really well here. Probably because south is actually behind me. So this is south right here. So we have a very well shaded south exposure. So this stays nice and shaded and cool, which is probably why these are doing so well here. So I'm going to get a ton of harvest. Now these will go from this to this, which is ideal picking time right here. It'll go from that to that probably in about 2 days, and it'll go from this to here where it starts to spore and send stuff out, and then the taste kind of goes a little bit, it's hard to say, just a little off. It doesn't taste super fresh. It's still good. You could still eat this. It's not like it's rotted, but I would rather not eat that. I would rather take these instead and spread them. So we'll spread them. We won't pull these out and damage the mycelia under there. We'll just take this. The spores will come up from under in here, and we will go spread those. All right, so maybe we'll put some on this swale here. So this is the lower swale. This was kind of the first one that I did. This is the one that has the comfrey wall, which is back and kicking it, doing really, really well, and keeping those grasses from creeping in. So we are going to find this is a same idea. South is the same area, south facing is the same area. So we'll just kind of put these in here in a couple different spots. And then hopefully maybe one day we'll get some wine caps, and I just shove it in there. That's it. So you can spread the actual mycelial network by taking like wood chips that have the mycelia growing in there, or you can just take the caps and just kind of put them in too. That'll also work. So we've also been picking a bunch of tomatoes every day. I'll go show you some of the better plants.